In Anshan, Liaoning, a city located in the northeastern region of China, known for its rich steel industry and cold winters, a quiet boy named Ma Long was born in 1988, the year of the dragon. But unlike the mythic beast his name represented, young Ma was small, frail, and often sick. Concerned, his parents Ma Yuchun and his mom decided table tennis might strengthen him. At age 5, Ma first gripped a paddle. From the beginning, Ma's approach was different. Most children practiced casually, one basket of balls enough before running off to play. But Ma stayed, always requesting another basket, hitting twice as many balls as his peers. Coaches remember him vividly, arms swollen, tears silently falling, yet refusing to stop. Even then, his determination was unmistakable. Behind Ma's quiet intensity were deep family sacrifices. His father, Ma Yuchun, a mid-level government worker, and his mother, a factory laborer, reshaped their entire lives around their son's talent. When Ma reached 15 and joined the prestigious national team, his mom left her job and moved closer to the training facility in Shenyang to support him. The family lived modestly, often barely affording essentials like new socks, yet they never complained. Ma saw their hardships and internalized them deeply. Each blister and each bruise he sustained during practice was quietly endured as repayment for their unending belief. His quiet sacrifice extended beyond physical endurance. Even as his table tennis schedule intensified, Ma maintained exceptional grades, even earning praise from teachers who admired his discipline. Each morning, while other players groaned at early wake-ups, Ma was already awake, silently preparing for another relentless day. Yet for all his early diligence, Ma Long was not an instant prodigy in the eyes of Chinese elite coaches. They saw potential but considered him a late bloomer, a label that both motivated and haunted him. In 2004, at just 15, he emerged on the global stage during the Junior World Championships, clinching 4 titles. Despite this, coaches demanded even more, often punishing mistakes with extra running or additional drills. Each critique fueled Ma's resolve, shaping him into a quietly driven, fiercely disciplined athlete. His relentless determination paid dividends sooner than expected. In 2006, Ma joined the Chinese world team, becoming the youngest world champion in table tennis history at just 18. His trajectory shifted dramatically. Suddenly, he was no longer just the hardworking child from Anshan, but a national sensation, carrying immense expectations. Yet, early success was double-edged. Between 2007 and 2008, he began collecting international singles titles, winning prestigious events like the Kuwait and German Opens, the Asian Cup, and the ITTF Grand Finals. With every trophy, expectations rose. As Ma Long stepped into the spotlight of international competition, the weight of expectation grew heavier than ever. He was no longer the young prodigy from Anshan, but rather China's best hope, a symbol of dominance, discipline, and sheer willpower. In 2011, Ma embarked on a spectacular winning streak, astonishing the world with 40 consecutive victories. But just as the peak seemed within reach, he suffered a crushing setback. Despite being in peak form, Ma Long was surprisingly left out of the singles event for the 2012 London Olympics. The omission was a painful shock. It left Ma Long questioning himself deeply. He later admitted in candid interviews, "At that time, playing table tennis felt too painful. Training well every day but losing the big matches. I wondered if I should keep going." Still, he swallowed his pride, poured his energy into the team event, and helped China claim gold. Watching teammates compete in singles fueled a quiet fire within him. He swore privately that he'd never feel that pain again. 4 years of relentless preparation followed. By 2015, the fire Ma Long had started to burn through international stages. That year in Suzhou, China, he entered the World Championships, determined to silence every doubt. His form was unshakable. Match after match, he dismantled elite opponents with a clinical precision that left commentators stunned. In the final, he faced his teammate Fang Bo, a rising underdog who had shocked the world by eliminating defending champion Zhang Jike. But Ma didn't even blink. He won the match 4-2. At last, Ma Long held the world singles title. After nearly a decade of carrying the label best player to never win a Worlds, he had shed it. That year, he added a World Cup title and Grand Finals crown, completing a hat-trick that only legends could dream of. He became world number 1 in March, and would go on to hold that title for a record 1945 days. But it was the 2016 Rio Olympics that changed everything. On August 11th, under the lights of Rio Centro, Ma Long faced his longtime friend and rival Zhang Jike in the Olympic singles final. What could have been a close and intense match turned into an execution. Ma swept the match 4-0. That gold medal completed Ma Long's own career Grand Slam. Olympic gold, World Championship, and World Cup. The shy boy from Anshan had become the world's greatest player. After Rio, Ma was crowned team captain of the national squad. The press dubbed the core lineup the Dragon Team, a title Ma wore with silent pride. He never demanded authority, but his teammates followed him without question. In China, being team captain is more than a tactical role. It's a spiritual mantle. The dragon represents power, and Ma Long was seen as the team's guardian and guide. Still, being at the top brings different challenges. In 2017, he faced the next generational threat, Fan Zhendong, younger, more explosive, and widely regarded as the heir apparent. Fan faced Ma in the final of the World Championships in Düsseldorf. The match was a war. 7 games, endless rallies, gut-wrenching tension. Fan Zhendong pushed Ma to the brink, tying the score 3 times. But in the final game at 10-10, Ma delivered 2 flawless points. At age 29, Ma had won back-to-back world titles, something no man had done in over 50 years. By now, Ma was no longer just a player. He had become the benchmark. His forehand was legendary and his composure unmatched. But time, as always, waits for no one. In late 2018, Ma's body began to protest. A lingering knee injury became a storm. At first, he tried to push through, treating it as a minor setback. But the pain persisted. He pulled out of major events. China's head coach Lu Guoliang assembled a medical team, quietly revealing Ma Long didn't want to show it, but the injury was serious. He had to relearn patience. It was a dark time. While others competed, Ma was alone rehabbing. He admitted he feared he might never return. "I wanted to train, but my body said no." For someone whose life had been training, it was existential. And yet, Ma showed what had always defined him: resilience. He visualized drills. He studied tape. He never complained. Quietly and relentlessly, he prepared for one final chapter. He knew that world was moving on. Fan Zhendong was now world number 1. Young stars like Wang Chuqin were rising. Even fans began to wonder, was this the end of Ma Long? He had one answer: Tokyo. In 2021, delayed by the pandemic, the Tokyo Olympics became Ma Long's battlefield of redemption. At age 32, he entered in as the veteran, the underdog. The critics whispered that his time had passed, but they were wrong. In the Olympic final, he once again faced Fan Zhendong, younger and faster. Ma played like a man with history on his shoulders and shockingly won the match 4-2. Ma Long has done it again, achieving back-to-back Olympic singles golds. That night, the dragon roared again. His place in history was already secure. The only man to win back-to-back Olympic singles titles. The only man to complete the Grand Slam twice. The name Ma Long had become synonymous with perfection. But even then, the dragon wasn't finished. His body, however, was telling a different story. Remember that knee injury that haunted him before Tokyo? It never truly disappeared. Behind closed doors, painkillers, ice packs, and hours of rehab became as routine as forehand drills. But Ma never let the pain show. He kept on fighting with the same goal and continued to lead the Chinese national team through the next wave of global tournaments. In 2022, despite being past what many called his prime, he contributed heavily to China's 22nd World Team Championship title. Younger players like Wang Chuqin and Fan Zhendong were beginning to emerge as the sport's new faces, but Ma Long, their captain, was still there. To his teammates, he was Captain Dragon. When younger teammates asked for advice, he gave it patiently. When they lost, he consoled them, and when they won, he celebrated them. Unfortunately, all things come to an end. In interviews, Ma spoke openly of fatherhood, of guilt. I am a father, a husband, but I cannot do even small things for my family right now. I train, I travel, I recover. One day, I will make it up to them. That day began to approach in 2024. At the Paris Olympics, Ma Long returned to the world stage. Older, perhaps slower, but mentally as sharp as ever. He skipped the singles this time, choosing to support his team instead. It was time for Ma Long to pass on the torch. Fan Zhendong and Wang Chuqin would now lead the charge. Still, in the team final, with China's gold on the line, Ma stepped up and when the final point landed, sealed yet another team gold. This was his 6th Olympic gold. Later in interviews, he confirmed what fans already knew. This was my last Olympics. The experience was perfect. I feel proud and lucky. Behind him, Xia Lu, his wife, watched quietly. She had stood by him through everything, from internet gossip and private depression to years of silence and separation. Years earlier, when she felt overwhelmed, she had once suggested they break up. Ma Long had simply held her hand and said, "We'll get through this." And they did. Now, with the world cheering and the cameras rolling, she stayed out of the spotlight again, as she always had. After Paris, the Chinese Table Tennis Association withdrew Ma Long from the ITTF World Rankings. The message was clear. The Dragon's journey, at least in competition, had come to an end. Ma Long left behind a legacy. Every young Chinese player who picks up a paddle today knows Ma Long's name. His matches are still used in coaching clinics around the world. His technique, especially that thunderous forehand, has been studied, broken down, and mimicked. His sportsmanship, his humility, has become the blueprint for greatness. Timo Boll once called Ma Long a complete player and a complete person. Fan Zhendong called him his idol. Wang Chuqin said he is the most outstanding captain in the history of the Chinese team. And coach Liu Guoliang, who had watched Ma Long grow from a shy boy to a global icon, said it best. There may be players who win more medals one day, but I doubt there will ever be another Ma Long. Even now, Ma Long hasn't truly stopped. He trains with the team, shares advice, mentors the next generation, and sometimes, when the training hall is quiet, he picks up a paddle and hits a few balls. And now, as he finally rests, the arena still echoes with one name. That name is Ma Long. Now, statistically speaking, you may never become as good as Ma Long, but you might become better after learning how to actually practice properly. For that, I have the perfect video for you right over here. Feel free to check it out. Thank you for watching, don't die, and bye-bye.